Hello, I'm Deepak Fadnis. Welcome to this series of translations of the Abhangas of Saint Tukaram from his Abhanga Gatha into English. You may be aware that I am doing this so that the people who do not understand Marathi will still be able to understand and appreciate the greatness of Saint Tukaram. Saint Tukaram has written during his life an epic, his Abhanga Gatha, which is a poetry consisting of more than 4,500 Abhangas. An Abhanga means something that cannot be destroyed. So here are words of wisdom which are true forever, today, tomorrow, and after a century or even after 1,000 years. And these words of wisdom are also full of love for God. Saint Tukaram's love for God was so ardent that God came in his Pushpak Viman and he took him to Vaikuntha along with him. So this is something which is very beautiful, and I feel if you listen to Saint Tukaram Abhangas, you will take a liking to them and you will want to study more and more of Saint Tukaram. That is the idea, that is the objective. The more we stay connected with saints, the more we are connected with God, the nearer we are to God, and that should be the motive. And with this, let me start today's translations. Today we are going to translate Abhangas 485 and 486. First, I will read 485 in Marathi. बर्गासाठी खादले शेण मिळता अन्न न सांडे फजित तो केला लाहे ताडण साहे गौरव ओढाळाची ओंगळ ओढी उगी खोडी नवजाय तुका फजित करी बुच्या विसरे कुच्या खोडी तेणे. Sometimes a man gets addicted to some bad habits. Any man. Even when there is no need to continue them, he just continues to do those bad things, those bad activities. And even if someone beats him up, he thinks he is being felicitated. In short, he becomes shameless and even starts feeling happy about his bad habits. So what do you do in such case? And how a saint like Saint Tukaram will react with this kind of a shameless person? That's this Abhanga. Let's see. The end is very nice. First line, Vargaसाठी खादले शेण मिळता अन्न न सांडे. Someone started eating cow dung during a famine because there was nothing else to eat. He could not get sweet sorghum for eating. But he started eating that cow dung so much that he didn't stop eating that even after he started getting the normal food. When sorghum was available, when all things are available, he should have stopped. But he didn't because he started liking it. The next line is फजित तो केला लाहे ताडण साहे गौरव. So he was beaten up to make him stop this dirty habit. But he just took it as his felicitation and he did not stop. Third line, ओढाळाची ओंगळ ओढी उगी खोडी नवजाय. An animal who is generally gullible to pick up bad habits because they have no thinking power. Any animal very easily will touch anything that is dirty, he will start eating. It won't think whether it is proper, improper, dirty, hygienic, unhygienic, nothing. No thinking power. So it will continue with the bad habits. Such an animal, when it develops a bad habit of eating dirty things, does not give up his bad habit easily. So, here in the third line, Saint Tukaram is comparing this man with an animal who doesn't think rationally. And what does he say in the last line? Tuka farjita kari bucha, visre kucha khodi tene. Now, but Tukaram Maharaj teaches such a man a befitting lesson and embraces him completely. In this way, when the man receives a heavy thrashing, he gives up his bad habit. Tukaram Maharaj will arrange for thrashing him up so much that ultimately he will leave this bad habit. So this Abhanga is very important. It shows that saints also can take a tough stand. They do take a tough stand when the situation demands. They will use punishment as an effective corrective measure when required to break tough bad habits. You cannot take it for granted that a saint will always forgive and only keep forgiving. No, saints are tough. You can't just escape with doing bad things, and a saint will not bless you. A bad man will never get blessings from a saint. This is a fact. With this Abhanga is over. Now we will go to the second Abhanga of the day, 486. I will first read it in Marathi. Dhav ghali ai आता पाहतेसी काई, धीर नाही माझे पोटी, जाले वियोगे संपुटी हिंपुटी. धीर नाही माझे पोटी, जाले वियोगे हिंपुटी. करावे शीतळ बहु झाली हळहळ, तुका म्हणे डोई, कधी ठेवीन हे पायी. Saint Tukaram became very frustrated when he saw that in spite of seeking God for many years, God didn't come and give him darshan. He became very desperate, and that separation from God started affecting him physically. He started developing fever. He started feeling very dejected, and then he would lose his patience. So he would write Abhangas with utmost devotion. In such situations, he has written several Abhangas with utmost devotion, and he has made an appeal to God from the bottom of his heart to come to bless him and come running, come quickly. This Abhanga is one such Abhanga, written when separation is unbearable. Let us look at the translation. The emotion comes out very sweetly, very nicely. Dhav ghali ai, ata pahatesi kai. O Mother Vithai, please come quickly, please come running to save me. Because if you come walking, it may be too late. I'm almost dying, so please come rush to help me. And why are you just keeping on looking at me? I'm calling, I'm crying, I'm asking you to come, rush, and you are only looking at me. Why are you just going on looking at me? Please come. Second line, Dhir nahi माझे poti, jale viyoge himputi. I have no patience left. I have become very sad and tired because of this separation from you, Lord. Third line, Karave Sitara Bahu Zali Hadhada. Oh Mother, I am having fever. Please remove this heat from my body. Please cool me off. And in the last line, Tuka mane doi kadhi thevin he pai. Tuka says, I have become very impatient and I am just wondering when I'll be able to rest my head on your feet. When will that day come, my mother, that I will be able to touch my head to your feet? Please come running. Short Abhanga, sweet Abhanga. I doubt if there are only even 20 words in this Abhanga, maybe 20-25 words, and in that so much emotion, expression is very good. I hope you liked my translation also. And with this, today's Abhangas are complete. I would like to request you to also look at the other Abhangas on this channel. Read the translations, see even the Pandurangashtakam, the Bara Abhangas in Hindi, Marathi, English, Path Karave Tase Abhanga, and Abhanga Pandari. We have a lot. The idea is, let's stay closer to saints. The closer we are with saints, the better off we are in this material universe, the trueness of which cannot be guaranteed. This universe, whether it actually exists, is a very big doubt. The modern science has shown that the universe exists only if there is an observer to observe the universe. If there is no observer, if you remove the observer, the universe also vanishes. Then there is no universe. It is all relative. You have an observer, you have a universe. No observer, no universe. So it is relative. It is something which is subjective. Something, if I am there, the universe is there. And with this kind of a complication, the best way to live life is be very close to saints, follow them, understand them, read science, read the frontiers of science, quantum physics. Let's read Einstein, let's read Schrodinger, and then let's stay close to the saints who have taught many things to the Germans, and we also should learn from our own saints. That's what I feel. I thank you very much for being with me, and we will meet again next time for some more Abhangas. Till then, see you. Bye.